I thought I recognized that sloppy summoning circle. It really is you. You know, you've summoned me once before, dear human. But, like most humans, I'm guessing you don't remember me. No need to worry. It's normal for humans to not remember the names and faces of the incubi they summon, so I'll gladly reintroduce myself to you. I'm. Uh, did you just call my name? Huh? Wait, you. You remember me? Wait, really? How is that possible? You really remember me? How you summoned me last time? Even my name? Really? I don't even know what to say. This never happens. Then it's good to see you again. I trust you were able to sleep well last time. If memory serves, you were happily snoring away by the time I left. I can't believe this. Normally, I'm forgotten pretty quickly by humans, but you remembered me. I'm so happy. Wait a minute. I took your spellbook from you last time. The faulty one? The one that was practically an omnibus of entirely mislabeled spells? I took it from you specifically so you wouldn't make this mistake again. How did you manage to summon me again? You just bought another copy? Stop giving money to the person who made that forsaken book! Why? I told you it was dangerous using those pathetically mislabeled spells when you don't know what you're doing. Black magic isn't something you should play around with, you know. You could summon something dangerous. Even incubi can be dangerous if you summon the wrong one by mistake. I told you that last time, right? Why would you risk this again? You wanted to see me again? Even so, you... Wait, really? I feel like I need to remind you, dear human. I'm a demon, you know. Why would you want to see me again? Wait. Did you want me to help you sleep again? I'm that good, am I? Does sleep evade you yet again, dear human? Is that why you called upon me? You just really wanted to see me again? Really? You know, I truly have to wonder what type of human you are to actively seek the companionship of a demon. But I'm happy. I wanted to see you again, too. And I hate to offer unsolicited critique, but you made a mistake in your summoning circle again. Huh? Come here, look at this. You added additional script to the circle. Why do you do that when you already don't know what you're doing? You didn't make this mistake last time. Because you wanted to see me again? Wait, I'm confused. Why would you add this to your circle? The book said to add that for familiar demons? Huh? Let me see that. No, this is for familiars. Not familiar as in demons you know, like this book says, but as in familiars, for binding a demon to you. Don't you know? It's pretty common verbiage, you know. Familiars. A demon attendant. Witches take one as part of their training. Unbelievable. How did you even do this? Humans have no need for familiars. And even if it had been on purpose, an incubus for a familiar would certainly have been a bold choice. This book of yours is really something else. This had to have been translated from another language. There's no other reason for there to be this many syntax errors in a spell. This is partially my fault, too. I immediately recognized your sloppily drawn summoning circle and responded to you instantly so that no other demons could respond to your summon instead. I didn't even check to see what type of script you had written in the circle. You're only supposed to make this type of circle if you're trying to bind a familiar to you. You know, if you wanted to summon me directly, all you needed to do was write my name in the... Well, never mind. It's not as if you actually know how to do these spells. And that infernal book isn't going to help you. What a dilemma. This is a circle specifically for binding familiars to a magic host, and by going through your circle, I've basically tentatively accepted and submitted our contract for pending. What a waste of energy. Look, I'll let you off with another warning this time. Because I'm a higher demon, luckily I know how to withdraw our pending contract. If you had summoned a lesser demon, you'd really be stuck. Do you have what you used to write this circle? Thank you. I'll write out the cancellation spell for you, but you really need to stop doing things like this. Oh, wait. Wait, no. Don't be sad. I'm not angry. I'm not. I'm really happy that you wanted to summon me again. even more so that you remembered me. But a human like you shouldn't be dabbling in the dark arts. What would you do if I actually did become your if I became your familiar? Wait. If I think about it that way, that actually might not be such a bad idea. Perhaps this too can be considered an act of fate. My dear human, do you like me? Why the reaction? It's not a complicated question, and definitely not out of place given the scenario. You said you wanted to see me again. You went through all the trouble of drawing out this circle again, even trying to change the spell to specifically summon me again. So, do you like me? Would you like being able to see me again without going through so much effort? I have a proposal for you. A rather enticing one. Suppose I didn't cancel our contract. Our contract is still pending until I either sign this circle or if we allow it to fade with the dawn. I was going to write a cancellation spell on top of it. But what if I didn't? Suppose I accept the familiar contract you've accidentally offered me. What would that mean? It means I'd effectively become your demon. You'd be able to call upon me whenever you'd like without needing to write out a circle every time. Very convenient, no? Be it day or night, I would faithfully come to your side. All I require in exchange is something very simple. No, I don't need your soul. Only troublesome demons ask for souls in exchange. And believe me, no human should ever make a contract with a demon who asks for a soul in exchange. They're temperamental and demanding, and a total pain to take care of. No. I am but a humble incubus. I don't require much. All I ask is that you support me. That is, if you allow me to feed on your energy by being in contact with each other. Well, it should work. You don't have any magic to your name. I can tell you're just a normal human without any latent magical prowess. Normally, you'd be ineligible to support a familiar. Familiars feed on the magic of their host, so you not having any magic would normally be a huge problem. It would mean that any demon bound to you would eventually wither away with no sustenance to survive. But since I'm an incubus, and incubi feed on physical contact and not magic, you not having any wouldn't be an issue. You could support me just fine. You could feed me just by touch alone. Isn't that convenient of me? Isn't that nice? It wouldn't be a problem at all. But make no mistake, this is a rather substantial proposal I'm offering here. Once accepted, familiar contracts are quite the pain to undo. And for as long as this contract stands, I can't be summoned by anyone else. Demons are bound to the underworld and are unable to leave unless summoned. But if a demon becomes a familiar, they become bound to their host instead, and in turn lose the ability to be summoned by anyone else. This is Magic 101, you know. Our contract may still be pending, but even in this state, I'm currently bound solely to you. No one else will be able to call upon me like this, and once our contract is finalized, I really will become dependent on you. So, I have to know you'd be willing to agree to support me. Otherwise, I really could wither away just like any other demon. And that sounds dreadfully uncomfortable. So, I need to know if you agree to the terms of this contract. I get to feed on your energy, and you obtain a demon at your beck and call. So, what do you think, human? Does it sound fun? Do we have a deal? Would you be willing to take this demon in? Of course I'd be willing to offer you many benefits in exchange for this deal. Why I'm offering this to you? It seems mutually beneficial enough, don't you think? And you said you wanted to see me again. You remembered me. No human has ever remembered me before, and it'd be a shame to send me away now, after you worked so hard to summon me again. So, I wouldn't mind. It would be new to me since I've never been a familiar before, but I think if it was for you, I wouldn't mind being your familiar. I wouldn't mind feeding on your energy alone. It might be nice to be your demon. It's true. Even though there was no way for me to contact you again, I've been thinking about you ever since you summoned me last time. I thought for sure I'd never see you again, so this almost feels like a miracle. Even though you were so exhausted last time, it felt so nice to talk with you. You were very gentle with me, and the energy you gave me last time, I'm still a little high off of it. Even just cuddling and sleeping close to you felt nice. And even after returning to the underworld, I couldn't get you out of my mind. I wondered about you a lot, wondering if you were able to sleep well in the following days. Wondering how you were able to summon me without knowing any magic. Wondering if I'd ever see you again. And my feelings aside, you felt better when you woke up, right? You felt very well rested afterwards, right? I fed off of all of your heavy feelings, so you should have felt much happier the next day, right? So you would benefit from this too. Plus, being bound to you instead of the underworld would actually be very freeing. The underworld is rather restrictive. It might be nice to try something new. To be bound to something a little lighter. Hmm? Yes, being a familiar would indeed be entirely new territory for me, but I bet I could do a good job. Well, most well-adjusted magic users would never even dream of making an incubus their familiar, so it's not as if this has ever come up for me before. Weird would be an understatement. It'd basically be akin to announcing to the entire magic community as well as the underworld that you're an enormous pervert, making a lust demon your familiar. But since you're not a witch, I suppose you get a free pass from that judgment. Lucky you. But think carefully, dear human. I am still a demon, and despite you readily dabbling in these spells, I understand if binding one to you indefinitely is intimidating. If you want to summon me without making me your familiar, I can teach you how to do that instead. I just don't want this to be the last time I see you. If I may be so bold, I want to see you again too. You want me to be your familiar? Really? My dear human, what is your name? I wish to know the name of the one I am contracted to. I feel like I've heard that name before. I'm sure it's just my imagination, but maybe this really was meant to be. Then, my dear human, as you've requested, I accept your contract. I'll be your familiar. Let me just sign my name on your summoning circle. There. By the moon and the stars under which I've been summoned, I formally accept the terms of this contract. May this circle become the blade that severs my ties to the underworld. And may this vow become the cord that binds me to the mortal before me. It is done. And with that stuffy business out of the way, What? It's just a hug. And you promised you'd make sure I was fed. You said. You said you'd make sure of it, right? Hey, can we do what we did last time? Will you cuddle me again? I used so much energy just now. Will you hold me really close and let me feed off your energy again? Come now, no need to be shy. Let's lay down. This whole thing started because you were tired, right? That's why you really summoned me again, right? Come on, I'll make sure my contractor receives the rest they seek. Oh? It's my pleasure. Quite literally. After last time, I'm looking forward to getting to feed off of your energy again. There. Now, if you could. You remembered how I asked you to cuddle me last time. With your hands touching my waist. It feels good. As I thought. Your energy is really delicious. Oh, yes. This is fine. This is more than enough. I'm a fairly low maintenance demon. I won't demand much. At the bare minimum, if you were to summon me and give me some contact like this every few days. The rest of my powers are all yours. Oh. Even though I look like this, I'm quite a highly ranked demon, you know. I'm first in my classification, and I'm a licensed demon, too. You don't see one of those every day. It means I have an excellent record for interacting with humans. Incubi are service demons, after all. And with my rank, even amongst other service demons, my skill set is very high. You've snagged yourself a very capable demon, my dear. It's true. And if I'm being terribly honest, my pride would have taken a serious hit if you'd sent me back. I'm glad you wanted me to be your familiar. This already feels really nice. Surely I won't be an inconvenience to you. The standard expectations aside, I can put you to sleep anytime you want. If you're ever bothered by anyone, mortal or not, I have more than enough power to protect you. And if you're ever feeling lonely, I'd be more than happy to do whatever it takes to make you feel better. The energy you give me alone is worth all that and then some. Nothing. Just, you really are kind. You've been talking to me as if I were human. I don't get to interact with humans like you very often. What type of people I usually interact with? Well, the type who would summon an incubus, I guess. Incubi don't get to choose our summoners. We respond to summons when we feel like it or if we're hungry. But we're summoned for a purpose. And a limited purpose. It's not as if people summon incubi to chat. Don't get me wrong. I benefit from it greatly, and I have no complaints about how I receive energy. But it's just nice to imagine that I might be able to get to know the person I'm receiving energy from. I want to know all about you. Well, I know that you're terrible at casting magic. But I also know that your summoning circles are written with a lot of care. It took you a while to draw out that circle, right? I knew it. And I know that you struggle with sleep. That like many humans, you work yourself so hard that your body forgets how to rest. I know that when we were cuddling last time, your hands were so gentle on my skin, almost as if you were trying to make sure I wasn't uncomfortable. Who worries about such a thing with an incubus? I know that your sleeping face is very charming. It was adorable. It even made me feel relaxed too. And I know that your smile makes me feel at ease for some reason. As if this smile was something I didn't know I was seeking. And I know that when I look into your eyes like this, sometimes I feel like I'm looking at something that I knew from a long time ago. It feels nostalgic, like a really warm memory. That's all I know about you for now, but I think that's enough. You know, we incubi may not be able to choose those who summon us, but if I could have chosen someone to summon me, I know I would have chosen you so many times by now. I know that I would have chosen you. Yes, even just for cuddling like this. Even though it's just a little contact, the energy you give me feels different. It feels so pure. I've never felt anything like this before. So, since you give me such nice energy, I want to return the favor. Even outside of helping you sleep, you're welcome to ask for the things you want from me, and the things you don't want from me. I'm your demon now, and you're my human now. We're going to know each other for quite a long time, so I want my contractor to ask for the things they want of me, okay? Hmm? I can ask you for things I want too. You do know you're offering that to a demon, right? Really? I can't? I'm so lucky I got to you first. Any other demon would have completely taken advantage of that kind heart of yours. They would have sucked you dry until nothing remained. Fear not, my dearest human. My request is so unexceptional, I'm all but sure you'll find it boring. I want to see sunlight. Incubi bound to the underworld can only be summoned at night. We may be beings of magic, but for us, sunlight is a mythical luxury. But now that I'm bound to you instead, and no longer confined to only being summoned at night, I want to see sunlight. Will you let me stay with you until the morning? Even if it's just to see the sunrise. You'll let me stay with you past the morning? Even during the day? Really? You won't send me away immediately? Thank you. Thank you. There is something else I want. This request is more selfish. Is that okay? Then, while we're cuddling, and while I'm this close, can I try kissing you? Wait, don't get the wrong idea. This isn't because I want your energy or that I want more contact or. Well, of course that might be a little bit of it. You do have really good energy to feed on. This feels really nice. Wait, but that's not the point here. It's because, I'm curious if it would be different. As an incubus, until now, I usually always just go along with what a summoner wants. If they want me to kiss them, I will. If they don't want me to, I won't. But it's always just a means to an end. A requested gesture and nothing more. At the end of the day, I'm just the demon they summon. And I'm just feeding on energy. It's a proper give and take. But I've always been a little curious. Humans usually only kiss and touch the people they like, right? Humans don't need to feed on the energy of others like incubi do. And yet, they kiss anyway. You know, those who summon incubi usually aren't doing so because they particularly care for the incubus or anything. And I've always wondered, or maybe I was curious, if kissing someone to express affection might feel different. You're human, and you said you like me. You said so, right? And humans kiss the people they like, right? And I like you. I think feeling like this, wanting to see you again, wishing you alone could summon me again, wishing you to remember me, feeling happy beside you like this. Surely, this counts as liking you. And I've never gotten the chance to do that. To kiss someone I like. You look so shocked. I am an incubus, but I've, never been on the receiving end of love before. Hmm? How is that possible? Oh, my dear, sweet human. Don't misunderstand. Incubi are lust demons, but lust and love aren't even close to being the same thing. It'd be nice if they were. It'd be really nice if they were. But they're not. And I'm afraid most demons are not very experienced in the latter, myself included. Well, if you don't want to, I won't. It's in an incubus nature to please, so I don't want to do anything you're not also interested in. And I'm your familiar now, so I don't want to make you sad. It really is only curiosity, so we can. Really? Okay. Is it okay if I go slowly? I usually tend to be rushed a lot of the time. Close your eyes. and I hug you a little closer. No, wait. Please, just a little more. Does, does it always feel like that? Uh, no, I'm not. I'm not blushing. It's 1,000 years too early for an incubus to blush over something like just kissing and cuddling. No, I wasn't expecting it to feel like that. It felt different for you, too. Good different, right? I'm glad. I'm really glad. Come now. Rest, dear human. There's many more things I'm curious about with you, but I suppose those can wait for another time. We're going to be together for a long time now, so